Okay,
Yeah.
so talking about all these colors, gold being one that connects spiritually, where at this time when you're doing this album is okay, fuck, I need to ask this question just because I'm trying to understand New Age, Christianity, all of these things, how they come into play.
Yeah.
When New Age comes in, does Christianity leave?
Um,
Is there anything like a New Age Christian?
There probably is. Seeing the world has so many different kinds of walks, and it's not to condemn anyone's walk. I know as a Christian, I was still exploring New Age thought.
Yeah.
Until I reached a place where I was like, oh no, this doesn't make sense to me anymore.
Yeah.
There was so much that I had struggled with in my faith that New Age thought answered.
Aha.
Yeah.
Okay, so it hit a point in this walk where you're like, okay, Christian, bye.
Yeah, where I'm not going to church anymore, I'm not reading my Bible, like I'm not part of that world anymore. That was the old me. That was Diana Nduba.
That was D.
That was D.
That was D.
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess getting to the point where Christ is an ascended master. He's a teacher. He came to teach us the highest consciousness. But this talk of him being the Son of God, we are all the sons of God. We are all God's sons. He just accessed the highest level of his sonhood, if that makes sense. And so did the Buddha, and so did,
Yes.
there are very many people in the history of the world, that have attained this mastery. That was now the understanding I got, that he's just one of. But it's not that the only way through the Father is through the Son, which is what we learn in church.
Yeah. So, okay, how does this now begin affecting? We've not talked about them in a minute, but your family is still Christian, if I'm not wrong. But when you, how does this? Do you verbalize this to them?
I don't. That's a really good question. I wish I could ask their opinion.
Okay.
My husband was very accommodating. He believes like faith is a personal journey. So what you believe is what you believe. Like I can't like attack that. Everyone has their own journey with God. And I think when you get married and now you're in your own home, it's very different from when you're all living under one roof together. Everyone kind of has their own life, and when you interact, it's because we're hanging out as a family. And I don't know if it was ever really that faith-based in the first place. So nothing really felt that different. What I would say is like my elder sisters are very protective and loving. So I'm sure there are times when I was probably going down the wrong road and they are just like, oh my God, my sister is being attacked by the devil. And maybe they just secretly pray for me, but there was never like a moment of friction about my faith.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing that I know about you is, as much as you did a song called 50-50, I really think you're an all-in person. Like you're not on the fence person. Maybe while the transition is happening, you're also, I like the fact that you ask questions that a lot of people don't ask. A lot of Christians don't ask. A lot of people even from other faiths don't ask about their faith. So now you are in this whole process of, you've done this first album, Magic in the Air. You've gone back to Coke Studio Season 2. Then that's ended.
Yeah.
That's ended. So what happens next?
Now with all I know about colors and pop music, I know if I want to be commercially successful as an artist, this is the kind of music I have to make. If I want to make music that is that cuts across class in Kenya, that is able to reach all people, it has to have a certain sound, a certain language. And I'm thinking a lot of the artists who've come on Coke Studio from other countries, their countries have a sound. Like the Nigerians have Afrobeat. The Tanzanians have Bongo. The Ugandans have this very distinct dancehall that's just Ugandan dancehall. I don't know what to call it. So I'm like, what is the Kenyan sound? And the thing that stood out was the golden era of Kapuka music. So I'm like, I need to tap into that again, because that's a sound that was acceptable in Kenya and did so well. Is there a way to build on that? If I was to do that, what would it sound like? Let me make music that I think will be commercially successful in Kenya.
And that's when now you begin working on this new project.
Yes, Project Purple, because I want to make purple music. I want to be commercially successful, but I still want to be soulful and connect with people. Yeah.
Okay. First single that you release off that?
Nairobi.
Talk about it working.
It worked.
Nairobi.
Yeah.
Featuring Stonee Jiwe.
Yeah.
Like, first and foremost, where on earth did you meet Stonee Jiwe? Like, I'm even shocked you knew him.
Yo, so there's the Blankets and Wine. I got to play Blankets and Wine when I left Cook Studio. So
as yourself, as an
Mayonde,
artist.
I was booked as Mayonde to play Blankets and Wine, and it was the Blankets and Wine that Aloe Black was performing in Kenya. So this was like a big opportunity, like, oh my gosh, finally I'm being established as an artist, as Mayonde. This thing is happening. So the person who plays keys for me, I introduced him to this song. I had the melody for the hook of Nairobi, and he's like, I know who can produce this track. So he takes me to his pal, Mike of Real Time Music, producer.
Real Time Music.
Yeah,
that's why it's in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he takes me to meet him. I give him the idea. He comes up with a track. The next time I go to listen to the track to like lay down the verses or whatever, there's already a rapper on it. I'm like, who is this guy? In fact, I was willing for it just to be the hook. Like, let me just be the hook and this guy has the verses, because he's such a good rapper. Like, what else are we doing here? Why are we adding a verse? And Stonee Jiwe actually wrote the verse that I sang.
Yeah, because I'm like, Chile, that verse has some deep shang.
Yo.
Like,
and I was like,
just say it. In fact, sing it.
Oh my gosh. Nairobi tuko rada. Kauna beef. I hope ni Obama. He tune. I sing it. Nairobi tuko rada. Kauna beef. I hope ni Obama. Bama hii tune inatuleta pamoja. Chama tupate mitatu nazama. Eo ni kama tumewateko Kampala Niger Daman. Enai tunaweza Robi ai tunatesa ata mayut wako yaman. I would never have written that in my life.
I know, but I was like, I'm so upset, man. I was like, Yanni D brought the shank.
That was all Stonee Jiwe.
That was good.
Yeah.
And but then now you're the one who delivered it. So he came back into the studio while you. So okay, let's take this again. So you say you come back, you're like, no man, I just want to do the hook.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I can't match his energy. I don't know, I can't write in Sheng like this. And he's like, no, Ebu, these are the words. Okay, so I'll come up with a melody for them. And so that's the first time I experienced someone else writing for me. And I was like, what? You mean? I can appeal to a whole new audience if I just switch my language.
Yeah. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
So you release that audio first? No, so producer is this mic guy still?
Yeah.
So do you shoot a video instantly, or do you know that this one is a banger?
Well,
were you like, this is
like,
we read people? This is not even red, this is pure purple.
Well, okay, so in my experience, it was just create, put it out there. I'd already learned that don't have too much expectation when it comes to how a Kenyan audience is going to receive your song.
You've been wounded.
Just make dope stuff. Build a body of work. I was coming from this frame of mind. So I'm doing the same thing, just with a different, let's see when we throw it against the wall, will it stick or nah? I'm not like, yes, this is a hit. I'm like, it sounds good, has a dope vibe. Let's just put it out there and see. You never know. Maybe people will be like, this is whack, or this is too Western, or this is too. You never know. For me, I've never really known how something will be received. Or the times you think something is gonna be a hit, it's not a hit. And the times where you're like, let me just put this out because I like it, and then you're like, wow, people are really responding to this. So that's been one of the frustrations.
So what did you do? You put out an audio, you put out the audio, you put it out on the internet, or you took it to radio stations?
No, we put it out on YouTube. We put it,
so you shot the video.
We shot the video.
Okay.
With,
so who
it was shot by a filmmaker called Joan Poggio, who's a really good friend of Mbithi's, and he was like, yeah, I'll support you, I want to shoot a video for you. So at the time I was so broke. I was really Coke, I finished Coke, I'm like, I'm going to go and be a star. You need money for that, babes. I know you think you're hot, but you need money for this. So I just remember that was such a hard season, and like having a dream and trying to manifest and make things work. And it's just like, use what you can, use what you have, find your clothes in toy, do what you gotta do. It'll add up to something. Yeah, it'll add up to, just keep going, baby steps. One thing will lead to another. Just trust the process.
Okay. So he shoots the video, you put the video out on YouTube. Were you blown away by the response? I'm going to take time on Nairobi because Nairobi is big. Like in terms of what it is you are trying to achieve. Everybody's singing that song. It was surprising to me how many doors it opened, and to observe what one song can do for you. How, if you get the formula right, what it gives you access to, the kind of airplay you can get. All of a sudden I'm being invited to TV shows. Like, now people want to collaborate with me. I get to be a judge on a TV show. Like, it's like, now I'm experiencing the world of hits. Like, this is what it means to have a hit. This is what I've been missing. And it's not even like, now I'm wondering what it's like to have a hit where 2 million views in 2 days. I can't even imagine that must be another level. But it was a steady growth, right? Yeah, I think till today it's still growing. Yeah, it's still growing. I still have people who talk to me about the song. So it's a purple song to me. If I'm like, this is what purple is. People relate to it because it's talking about our home, our city. So people who are in like the diaspora, it makes them think of home. And just being like, wow, if I just switch myself a little bit. Get Stonee Jiwe to write a few things. But to be honest, what people love about that, I mean, there's a whole I'm not going to downplay the production or anything, but I think the hooked us. You know, Robbie, even the worst guys in the club, that's like one of my best songs to perform. Instantly, we're like, oh, let's go. You already know you have them. It's so good.
Baby, ain't no city like my city, oh no, no, no. Nairobi. we on a wave kamixa dema kufu vile na bounce kwa hit track ukipenda hala chuchu jiwe mayoyo hey we got the nunu I'm in love with my city boss I'm going kuku hey hini ya madem wale ukulenga mtaani mkikutana Nairobi wana wave kwa mbali luku ni ya wadhi utadhani Tamford saya kinenge shika mavanga Sanford hey niko idha mapararira kanganya big up my hustlers wanaotamak my foreigners wale makwa wamehama machoko shwale jiji kwa pia ni mama I'm keeping it real keeping it local I'm so raw original flow though and Nairobi ay it's magic when I'm on the mic say ay
ain't no city like my city oh no Nairobi they can do it like we do it in the 254 Nairobi my hustler na madem supu kama mare puru I love my city oh yes I do Nairobi madare kileleshwa embakase langata dagorete kibera nakayole dandora Nairobi tuko rada kauna bifa hope ni bama hituni natuleta pamoja chama tupate mitatu na zama ama eo ni kama tumewateko Kampala na Daman enai tunaweza Robi ai tunatesa hata mayu wako yama ain't no city like my city oh no Nairobi they can do it like we do it in the 254
Okay, so what you talked about so what's happening? This song is blowing up. You're getting called for shows. You're getting called to be a host. For real, it's through that song that now you became the host.
Yeah, that song also like the songs I did with the squad, Kama Kawaida,
But hold
Party
on,
Nation.
have that? Oh no, this is now after. So this what period of time? When was Nairobi released?
Nairobi, I think is 2017.
Okay.
2017. So after Coke Studio, 2016, 2017.
But the squad, have you already done anything with the squad?
Now after Nairobi,
the squad came.
The squad is starting to come together. Like, hey, would you come have a session with MDQ invites me to have a session with her and Blinky. And it was the whole idea of building community. A lot of us as artists are doing this whole solo thing. What would it look like if we come together and we make music together?